Molex Foundation in Africa presents Sheroes in STEM interview series.
This is Molex Foundation Africa, Sheroes in STEM project cohort 1. We have here Dr. Foster Ntow, who is the former head of the Department of Mathematics and ICT Education at the University of April. Doctor, please, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Okay. Please, do you think that this Sheroes in STEM project that we are doing is something that we should continually do?
Well, definitely. I think globally, everyone is talking about STEM. In our country, just recently, a new curriculum has been developed focusing on STEM in areas such as robotics, aeronautic engineering. So that's one part of it to show the country's commitment and interest in STEM. And then also, I think since the 90s, there's always been a push there was even a slogan, send your girl child to school. And then nowadays it has moved to how do we get more and more girls into STEM fields. And so such a program has been run by the Molex Foundation is a step in the right direction as we look at more efforts to get more females into the STEM discipline.
Okay, so this one, I think the problem now is people, institutions, NGOs are trying to campaign for the girl child education. We are trying to put them in the system. I think for now, the opportunity is there.
Okay.
Do you think that the girls are not going for the opportunities, or there are certain barriers that is preventing them from going for the opportunities?
You are right in terms of, yes, there are increasing opportunities. And as I mentioned, when I was in school, there was no such foundation or NGOs that were focusing on STEM and related programs. So definitely there's been an increase in such opportunities, but still a lot remains to be done. You can think of it in terms of regional distribution. Where are these NGOs located? Are they in my village, so that the lady in my village also gets access to this? You can also think of it in terms of even communicating some of these opportunities. Who gets to know of it? Who gets to hear about it, so that they can also participate? You can also think of it in terms of where are these programs being offered, and whether, if you look at the schools we have in Ghana, the top class schools tend to have more of such opportunities, and the lesser ranked schools tend to have less of this. So I think there's still a lot of work that has to be done to expand access so that more and more people get to take advantage of this. So I think we can still do more, considering that the spread is not as desired.
Okay, so there's another thing that I have in mind. We've normalized the STEM that it's for the male child, or it is a male-dominated area. Do you think that this is the reason why girls themselves do not want to go in for these careers or these fields?
You are right, and I think the major cause from my experience has been the way we teach some of these STEM fields. So before the integration, before the robotics that gave life to this scientific concept, if you take physics, it has always been taught so raw, so dry, that people do not cultivate the interest in it. So if we focus on the teaching, how do we make those concepts come to life? How do we help the students to see that these things we are learning have practical applications? Then definitely we are going to drive a lot of people away from the STEM fields, and therefore having integrated STEM. So previously we had used STEM just as an acronym. Oh, I'm doing science, oh, I'm doing technology, but having it integrated so that they get to see that, okay, this robot is working because there's something about computing I have to know, there's something about coding I have to know, there's something about coding technology I have to know. I saw them soldering. All these are drawn from different disciplines, brought together to produce a solution. And so I see this as a very good way of whipping interest, getting people to now see that this is not something to be afraid of. And this is not something that is the preserve of only males. Only if we understand what is happening, we see the usefulness. It is for everyone.
So please, you are in the mathematics and ICT education.
Correct.
Do you think that in your department there are more females there?
So maybe your question broadly, whether with regards to the staff or the students. I think
Students and even the staff, because I think that I want to assess something.
Yes, in both cases, very, very low representation of females. So in terms of whether you take the ICT education program or the BEd math program, I think it's still highly male dominated. When you take the lecturers in the department, for the mathematics department, it was just recently we had the very first female lecturer.
Wow.
So I think that highlights your point.
Okay, so which means that even at the departments with the students and then the lecturers, we have more males than the females.
Correct.
Which means that there is more work to be done.